Hey folks, so I want to take a few minutes and talk to you about the settings that we have within the Pricing Hub section. You'll need to head on over to the settings area, and here's a list of options that we have to adjust. So let's just take a quick overview. We'll start from the very top and go through each field one step at a time. So first of all, we have the following license area. Essentially, without this area, you cannot activate FloHub. So once you've purchased FloHub and within your account from flowthemes.com, you do have a license key that you need to insert into the following field. You then also add in your license email, and if you want to activate the following plugin within this specific website, go ahead and activate API license key. Now you can also install the following plugin on, let's say, if you have a second website and you want to move your pricing area from one website to the other. Simply install the plugin, add in the same info, and activate the following license key on the second website and deactivate it from the first one. That way you can use this on different websites if needed, but only one website at a time unless you've purchased a different package. Alright, so scrolling further down, we have a section that's called revisions. In this area, if you enable revisions, this is a good option if you want to always have a history record of the revisions you've made to your price lists. So you can always revert back to the original settings or to an older version, and basically you'll just have a full history and track record of all of the changes that you've done to your price list. However, we do have a small note here that if your server is quite slow, this might slow down the overall loading speed and performance as well. So unless you have good hosting, good server speed, we do recommend this. If not, you may want to have it just for the beginning until you kind of figure things out with a price list, and then disable that as you learn your way around the plugin. Alright, and here we also have a number of revisions to be kept in your database, and the interval for your autosave in minutes. So it can save every 10 minutes, every 60 minutes, just depending on your preferences. Okay. Scrolling further down, we have the option for integrations. So you can integrate with various calendars. As you can see here, we have iCalendar, Google Calendar, Outlook, Microsoft Calendar, etc. Further on, we have additional integrations with Tave, where you need to add in your Tave secret key, Studio ID. For those of you who are using ShootQ, also add in the following info. So enable ShootQ for inquiries, add in the following information into these areas as well. And for those of you who are using fonts from TypeKit, add in your TypeKit API token in this area. Alright, going further down, we have a section that's called default notifications. In this area, you can customize the messages your clients receive. As we scroll down, we have a section that's called Enable Reply To in the header section. This is related to your email addresses. We do have a separate video on this. The video will be from a FlowThemes website backend. However, the process remains the same, and we explain what the following does whenever you enable or disable this option. Alright, so be sure to check out that video as well. Scrolling further down, you can change out the email subject for the admin or yourself, and you can change the following title here. Then we have a section that's called labels. This is for changing the following inquiry button. We've had a lot of requests, people asking to allow to change the label of the following button. So if you want to change this to get in touch, for example, simply click here or add in get in touch, click on save changes, and if you refresh your price list page, you'll see that the following button has changed. Alright, so that's where you can change that button. Next off, we have an area called SEO. You can enable or disable search engines to index the price list that you have. So only enable this option if you want your price list to be found through Google searches. If you do, enable and then add the tracking code into the following area. Okay, and then scrolling further down, we have a section that's called languages. Here you can add additional languages for those of you who use more than one language on their price list. You can enable this option, use translation, and then add additional languages. Now we'll do a separate video on adding languages as well, as there are a few options for us to adjust. Okay, and then here we have the styling area where you can add your custom fonts, you can add in your favicon, and you can also change the pricing post slug. Basically, it is the following slug over here. It can be changed from price list to pricing, packages, or whatever it may be. Simply change the following slug in this field. Okay, and then we have a few other options that's called developer. Debug mode, this is mainly for development uses to track any internal errors within the following plugin. And then reinstall style kits. This is an option if we release a certain update to an existing style kit within the FloHub section, and you want to basically import those updates into your style kit. So what you need to do is simply enable this once, click on Save Changes. The style kit updates will import, and the following setting will be deactivated then. Okay, so it's not something that you need to always keep on. Simply enable it once and then click on Save Changes, and the new settings will be imported. But once again, this is only for the default style kits that we have within our pricing hub. Okay, so this is just a quick intro into some of the settings that we have. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys around later.